Shout out to the family, man. This boy Swab Boss, Snapping Off Entertainment, AOR, Argument League, a whole bunch of black power shit. Shout out to everybody who's just getting up, starting their day. Those of us who already got their day started, and those of us that's coming in, finna lay it down all over the world, man. I appreciate y'all presence. Hit that like button, please. And if you got a channel, share for me. Shout out to Smeeka C in the building. And shout out to my brothers, Goldmine, Knowledge. I was just in communication with them. It's been a while since I talked to Knowledge. But felt good to hear from him and Goldmine. Shout out to Brandon Bay, Wicked Radical. I'm Pooh, Pro Black. Shout out to the sisters of the AOI, and let's get into it, man. So as y'all will see, I was sharing the age of consent in the United States. And then you're looking at the visual. You see, it ranges 16, 17, 18. So, me, I get real disinterested real fast when it comes to talking about these popular topics like Diddy and stuff like that, because the oversaturation of people who have the right to go live and display information and present their opinion, draw their conclusions. And I'm just not, I'm not in competition with like any of the more popular, larger channels. So, anything get to that level is pretty hard for me to even find a setting to even discuss things, because people are so, they're like the army of agreeance. Some people just agree because this answer has the numbers, because the unpopular answer gets attacked. It's easy to attack something that is the minority. And so, like a lot of people who ended up in these conditions from decisions that they made, black or white, but let's say black, it always surprises me what they're convicted of and what people are mad at them about, right? Like R. Kelly was convicted of sex trafficking, and this is the catch, right? Because Boosie just put it out there. He said, man, we all do that shit. We all fly females in for the purpose of sex. I'm in Louisiana. She in Texas. I see her on Instagram or whatever. Her OnlyFans. Get in touch with it, fly out. It happens, flying back. It's never like, oh, you're messing with a female that's young. Like what is that? Nobody's ever like convicted of statutory. So when you look at the age of consent in the United States, in many places, someone above 17 or 18 can sleep with a 16-year-old, because that's the age of consent. Shout out to Charles at the Driller Gang, smoking on them dead ops, bang, bang, gang, gang. Because that's the age of consent. The age of consent is 16. So when you see this 22-year-old walking around with this 16-year-old, what you gonna do? It's 16 in Washington. It's 16 in Hawaii. And you don't think these dudes going out here getting these 16-year-olds. And that's just flying them in. A lot of times they'll fly out there. Oh, you in Hawaii? I'm on my way. I'm a millionaire. I'm in the top 900. I got 900. I'm 900,000 there. I got enough money for a plane ticket to Hawaii. 16-year-old girl. I'm on my way. Alabama, 16. Alaska, 16. Arkansas, 16. Connecticut, 16. DC, 16. Georgia, 16. Hawaii, 16. Indiana, where I'm at, 16. Iowa, in the Midwest, 16. Kansas, 16. Kentucky, 16. Maine, 16. Maryland, 16. Massachusetts, 16. Michigan, 16. Minnesota, 16. Mississippi, 16. Montana, 16. Nevada, 16. New Hampshire, 16. New Jersey, 16. North Carolina, 16. Ohio, 16. Oklahoma, 16. Pennsylvania, 16. Rhode Island, 16. South Carolina, 16. South Dakota, 16. Vermont, 16. Washington, 16. West Virginia, 16. Then there's some 17s. And then there's this, the Romeo and Juliet law. As mentioned in the chart above, the age of consent in Texas is 17. Texas, as well as many other states, including Indiana, has created a so-called Romeo and Juliet law, an exception to the statutory rape and age of consent law. Romeo and Juliet laws are targeted toward teenagers and young adults who engage in sexual relations with someone under the age of consent, 17 in Texas, but who are still close in age to the sexual partner. The Romeo and Juliet provision creates a close in age exemption and keeps the would-be offenders from being classified as sex offenders. Under Texas law, if a person over the age of 17, because the age of consent in Texas is 17, has consensual sexual intercourse with someone under the age of 17, but there is also no more than a 3-year age difference between the two partners, meaning if one person is 17 and the other person is 14, this applies to them. Under the age of 17, but there is also no more than a 3-year age difference between the two partners. The Texas Romeo and Juliet law will not allow the older person to be charged with statutory rape or be classified as a sex offender. So in states where people are, where the age of consent is 16, if you're over 16, if you're 16, having sex with a 13-year-old, you will not be charged with statutory rape or classified as a sex offender. And in the places where the age is 16, that means 16 and over. At 16, you're legal. At 16, it's consensual. It don't matter what's the age difference. If you're 17, if you're 18, if you're any of these teens, if that law, if your state has that age, if you're with a 60-year-old person and you're 16, they're fine with it. 50, they're fine with it. And it don't matter about the sex. Old man, young woman, old woman, young man. And the places where motherfuckers look at homosexuality is right. Old man, 16-year-old boy. Old woman, 16-year-old girl. That's the nation we live in. But we compartmentalize these conversations. So if you don't, because me, I'm going to say me, because a lot of motherfuckers is like, they surprise me. But me, I never the age of consent is not a big conversation in my life. I don't have to refer to it a lot of the times. The girl I'm dealing with is around my age. The girl I'm dealing with is over 21. Well over 21. I've never been like, well, I'm 19 and you're 17, you're 16. No. Like my first child's mother, she was older than me. So my point is that this doesn't come up in my life a lot. But this does come up in the life of these stars who are sex symbols, who sell sex, and who are sold sex, who love displaying women as naked as they can get them. And they can get them in a two-piece bikini. Guess what? They got women in a two-piece bikini, nothing covered up but the lips of their vagina, a portion of their breast, depending on how large the breast is, you know, like a small breast, real flat, small breast. You put that two-piece bikini on, bet that motherfucker might disappear. But if you get into the heavier chest, two-piece bikini ain't really hiding too much but down to the areola, the nipple. And this is what they're attracted to. This is their lifestyle. This is their 24/7 wake up and go to sleep lifestyle. A lot of us don't even think about sex that much. A lot of us do not think about women in bikinis periodically throughout the day. Before this, I don't know when the last time I thought about a girl in a bikini. But when you're dealing with this culture of people who live like this, every state they go to, that conversation happens. And if you think these girls that's 16 that's in these states that says that it's consensual if they 16 ain't proud of that, ain't announcing that, then I think you're kind of gullible. These girls are telling Chris Brown, it's 16 out here. These girls are telling these stars, these influencers, these wealthy men, oh yeah, it's 16 out here. So I think a very larger conversation needs to be had. That's just it. I don't understand how these numbers haven't changed. I don't. If you can't just sexually be obedient, show some sexual obedience. These motherfuckers can cut the age down as low as they could for you. Like Sister TMKC said, Missouri tried to change to 12. Because a lot of these men, a lot of these women look at it as once you hit your period, you're grown. It's consensual. So, yeah, a lot of them, morally, personally, wouldn't see nothing wrong with the 12-year-old or a 13-year-old, 14-year-old, 15-year-old having sex with someone older than them. They would. But you don't talk to people about stuff like that all the time. I remember I was sitting on the panel. I asked Lance. I said, man, do you see a problem with a 16-year-old sleeping with a 19-year-old? He said, no. Conversation pursues. It comes out. He like, man, I don't see nothing wrong with it all the way up to the age of 27. And look what the age of consent, where he at is. He's in Detroit or Detroit adjacent in Michigan. It's 16. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know this till today. I looked this map up and I was sorely surprised at how many states it's 16. I didn't even know it was 16 in Indiana. I would at least gave her 17, if not 18. As strict as we is, but man, these are the people that shape your laws. These are the people that have influence, that have the money. And this is how the law looks. And this is how the law looks. Now, me myself, I don't care what the law say. I got my own law. And even if the states say, oh, it's okay to do this, yeah, no, it ain't. No, it's not. And I don't know what the conversation or series of events will follow after I see you with a 16-year-old. After you come around me as a grown man with 16-year-olds. So in Indiana, 16 is legal. And we 40. Man, I don't know how comfortable you're going to be with the conversation. That's just it. So it'll break your heart if you found out how many celebrities was doing the statutory rape thing. From your moral perspective, it will break your heart to see how many over 21, over 30, over 40, over 50-year-old men are sleeping with 16-year-olds in the states where 16 is legal. And don't even step away from the celebrity scene. Because if you just talking about the common average person, oh yeah, oh yeah. I hope it will make you sick. I hope it will make you sick. Once you take a tour of the United States and find out, damn, I went to Washington, I went to Nevada, we was in Missouri, Oklahoma, Alabama, Georgia, Arkansas, Hawaii, West Virginia, North Kakalaki, South Kakalaki, Indiana, Iowa, Michigan. And everywhere I went, it was just these 16-year-old girls with these grown ass men. That's a culture you're not privy to. That's a culture you're just not privy to. So when it comes to acting like the feds give a fuck about protecting these little girls from older men who are predators, you're mistaken if you believe that's what they are. This is about currency. This is about municipal. This is about monetary. This is about controlling gain and loss. That's what this is about. Of people, money, and resources. So the whole 1,000 bottles of baby oil meme, that is the most popular line, means nothing. I could have 0 bottles of baby oil and a 16-year-old girlfriend. Remember R. Kelly tried to marry Aaliyah. Claimed he did. R. Kelly publicly said he married Aaliyah at 16, when she was 16. He didn't get in trouble for that. They just said, no, you can't. Somehow the age, because Illinois is 17. So no, you can't. So if you think you the statutory police, you suck at it. You suck at it. Nah, the headline that I see nobody speaking on until yesterday. I think I saw Eddie Griffin talk about it, but he didn't. He just said, "I don't think he gonna make it to September." But Puffy is in danger of dying while in jail under suicide watch in protective custody. He's in danger of that. Same thing that happened to Epstein and many numerous people who didn't get the publicity. It's probably so many influential, powerful, wealthy people trying to get in touch with his cellmate or the cellmate next door or one of them cops that work that shift or somebody that knows somebody, because everybody in the system, like it, if certain people want you hurt, they can get you hurt. Police are bought, heads get turned, and your commanding officer come and tell you to leave your post, and you like, leave my post. Yeah, take a lunch. Yeah, it's on me. And send your motherfucking ass away. Or stop and talk to you for an extra 30 minutes. Oh, it's okay. It's fine. The boys will be okay. I wanted to talk to you. And then you come back, one of these inmates have apparently taken themselves out by crushing their own throat and then hanging themselves from a doorknob. Yeah, that might happen to P. Diddy, to Sean Combs. Sean Combs might, and I'm pretty sure that's on his mind. Oh, they trying to do me like they did Epstein. Or however he thinking about it. But I'm pretty sure he's up on the game that the people that's in charge of protecting stuff is the ones that do the most dirt. The Child Protective Service put more children in harm's way and hurt more children than anybody else. The police protect more crime than they fight. You can't do it. They can. The Food and Drug Administration is the ones that's fucking the food up. Everybody's in charge of protecting something is the ones that's cornered the market on hurting it. Or the people that's stopping drugs is the motherfuckers that's also letting people move through with drugs. You can't move through with drugs. This family can. Shout out to Shabo in the building. So I'm pretty sure Puffy is like, yeah, I need a bail. I need to get up out of this month. I need a bond. Now I can protect the custody of my damn self. I'm pretty sure Puffy, he played too much with certain people. I mean, that's just his personality. But you seen him play with all these grown ass black men on video. I'm pretty sure he got comfortable enough with some of them crackers to do it too. Shout out to Brandon Bay. Shout out to my brother Yerd. I'm pretty sure there's some small in stature, tall in wealth, white people that he didn't even joke with, play with, insulted, tested. You know, I'm pretty sure it's some people who financially he disappointed. And he knows he's in danger if he goes to jail and get put under protective custody on suicide watch. He's in danger. That's how they separate you. You'd rather be in general. You'd rather be in general, what is it? GP population. You'd rather be in general population. Because these cameras is on me and all these people see me. When I'm in protective custody, can't nobody see me. And ain't no camera on. All you see is a motherfucker come and go. Every time this motherfucking cop that's supposed to be watching me and protecting me, every time I hear him coming, I get nervous. Is this the time when he gonna pop this cell, come in here and let the boys do what they do? Yeah, that's real. P. Diddy might die in protective custody. That's the truth. So I'm not hoping it, but I know by looking at previous cases that that powerful person that parties with more powerful people in protective custody under suicide watch, that's a play. That's a play. They're never stabbed in general population. It's always protective custody, suicide watch. Whoops, something happened to him. I think that's the same thing happened with Sandra Bland. Now, talk to you. Talk to your people. You voters, you domos out there, talk to your people about why 16-year-olds can have sex with 40-year-olds legally. But you can't traffic them across state lines. You can have sex with them, but you can't traffic them across state lines. You can't come from one state that has an age of consent of 16 to another state that has an age of consent of 16 for the purpose of sex. You could go to that state for the purpose of sex. If you live in that state already, y'all can meet up for the purpose of sex. But you can't traffic. Whose interests does that protect? Right, they said, I bet they're trying to find his tapes because they may be some wealthy Hollywood executives on some of them. Absolutely. And even if it's not the Hollywood executive, right, which I'm pretty sure there are, or people of that caliber, whatever title they got, their clients are there. Their client is their product. So all of these big balling producers, executives, managers, owners, handlers that make their money off these stars. Once this star come out on a Diddy tape doing some gay stuff, some 16-year-old stuff, drugs, talking about politics in a certain way, anything that could destroy their career, they don't want that. You got 17 of my 20 clients on tape. You got 9 out of my 20 clients on tape. That's their product. They made 200,000 off Will Smith, 200,000 off Johnny Jackson, 200,000 off Tyler Perry, 200,000 off this person. And that's how they keep their millions coming in. One person. Will Smith got 20 white people feeding their family off him. Or I'm his manager. Or I'm his contractor. Or I'm his masseuse. Or I'm his chef. Or I'm his this. I'm his that. He's my this. He's my that. That's my client. And all of them people make enough money to take care of their family off him. So now here P. Diddy is with all of these celebrities, these stars, who are the product for a lot of powerful people. Man, they don't want that shit coming out. And if he dies in jail, guess what happens to those tapes? If ain't no case, ain't no um what's the act of information, right of information. That you don't get to see the tapes. You don't get to see the tapes because they're not part of a case. If they get made part of a case, then they're public record. But if the case never goes, they never get exposed to the media. You saw what happened with the Epstein case. You didn't think Epstein had tapes? And all niggas got his flight logs. Ooh, this person flew over there. This person flew over there. This person flew over there. A lot of innocent people flew over there. A lot of innocent people flew over there. A lot of the people who didn't do what Epstein was being charged with flew over there. But a lot of people who did flew over there. So when you put out the flight record, all that does is put the guilty with the innocent. You can prove half this flight record. I ain't never did nothing. So even the people that you suspect that's on the flight record, my name is with the innocent. You don't think Epstein had tapes? Now Epstein dead, we ain't heard shit else. There's no secondary, nothing came of it. No secondary case came out of the primary. No big mogul got taken down. Nothing. The people who moved around, and life goes on. So yeah, talk to your dumb hoes about how we can get this age of consent raised. And why it's okay to go to Hawaii and have sex with a Hawaiian 16-year-old. Y'all had that conversation. But it's not the popular. It's not the trendy. People have to reveal a little bit something about themselves. Yeah. So talk to your politicians about the age of consent, generally, in the United States. That just don't make no sense to me. Okay. So then, getting into politics, we got Kamala Harris running for president, and there's this conversation of if she's black. Because a mother's supposed to be white, a dad's supposed to be mixed, but Indian, which India has the whole caste system still, and Indians declare themselves white. Indians don't call themselves black. These Hindus are white, you know. But Janet Jackson, yeah, and trust me, I don't know where. I don't know where. I don't know who it was said to, who asked. I just see D.L. Hughley attacking Janet Jackson for what she said about Kamala. That's all I know. It's not in my interest. But because Janet Jackson is from Gary, like myself, Janet Jackson is part of the black royal family, the Jacksons. Like I would like to believe I am. It's bullshit. But when I see a black woman make a comment about a woman that's being questioned as black, I just look at God. Look at her. Look at her. This black woman stepped up and said, I don't think she's black. I don't think she's black, right? Like her father isn't black, right? But that's how they always do. They give you some white woman that gave birth to some dark skinned man child and call it black. Right in front of your black ass. You telling a black woman that this white woman matched her. Or matched her. You put a black person on her, I put a black person on her. And you know how insulting that is? And why would a white woman even want to leave the fact of, hey, my child is this. My child don't have to be black. I don't know. I don't know where this big reward or coin comes from being black for non-black people. It's like they think we hate them. No, no. We love your beautiful white kids. We love your beautiful mixed kids. But love don't got nothing to do with misdefining what people are. If this black woman lays down with this white man, she made a mixed child. If this white woman lays down with this black man, she made a mixed child. I don't get it. And instead of just enjoying the beauty of it all, we find something to argue over, bicker about, something to not like each other over. That shit is just ridiculous to me. If white mixed with black, you are a beautiful baby. Because that's what babies are. So now for some reason, when this black woman stands up and says, well, this woman isn't black, her father isn't black, then here come D.L. Hughley of the Hughley Show, of I think the kings of comedy. Like, come on, fam. What the fuck is you doing? This woman told this woman something. And look at you putting your bra on and running over there trying to throw your Tyler Perry wig on to get in the conversation. That is crazy. Kamala ain't even said nothing. Kamala didn't even make a tweet back to Janet Jackson and say, "Hick him DL." And wrong than a motherfucker too. This what gets me when you're bold and you're loud and you're wrong. Shout out to Rise on the radio said Janet is absolutely 100% correct here. When you're loud and you're wrong, DL, just sometimes enjoy the movie. A lot of people always want a part in it. Everybody want a part in the script. Sometimes just sit the fuck back and enjoy the movie. Enjoy what Janet Jackson, what develops out of Janet Jackson's statement. Don't be so quick to be part of it. Now here you is with a statement out there, and Kamala ain't said shit. That never looks okay. When a motherfucker come out and say, man, Terry stole my wallet. And here you is, Terry ain't stole no wallet. And Terry ain't even said he ain't stole the damn wallet. So, once again, we disappointed in DL Hughley. Not just, from his acting or his comedy, but his real life perception and projection of ideas. Love y'all, man. Keep your head on the swivel, man. So you see the bullshit coming. I mean, you are projecting lanes in which you got passion for because work is work, but it ain't got to be torture, man. Shout out to the AOI, the Argument League, Snapping Off Entertainment. Brandon Bay, appreciate your presence. Right, raised on the radio. Sorry, I said rise on the Raised on the radio, shout out to you. Shabo, shout out to you. Tamika C, shout out to you. Charles at the Driller Gang, smoking on them dead ops. Shout out to you. And shout out to the people listening in the clouds, man. Hopefully I deserve a like from you at least. If not, I get it, right? Black Power, man. Love y'all. Be good.